Everybody, welcome to your weekly update for Rocket League Esports. On the docket for today, we've got Season 13 rewards being announced, details on the Intel World Championship are finally out, and much more. And as always, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you leave your thoughts down below, as well as hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. But without further ado, let's get right into it. First things first, we got competitive Season 13 rewards and Season 14 announcement coming out. Biggest thing is knowing what the rewards are, and they have them on display now. We got wheels again, which a lot of people tend to enjoy. Same thing as always, based upon what rank you get the rewards accordingly. And then if you end up getting Grand Champ, you get a title as well. And then you still have the opportunities for Blizzard Wizard and all those from Drop Shot, Snow Day, etc. as it shows down below. The only other thing that they have in this, which is a little bit different from seasons past, is that the season will end roughly 2 hours before Season 14 goes live. That'll be on March 25th. So if you guys want to know when everything is going to wrap up, March 25th is the day that you need to be aware of it. Usually they do their updates at like 10 a.m. Pacific, but we'll see if that stays the same. I'm sure more details will come as we get closer to those days. Probably the biggest announcement of the week, and the thing we've all been looking forward to and trying to find out more details on, is the Intel World Open that's going to end up in Tokyo. They put out a trailer with some more details. Obviously, we already knew it was Street Fighter V and Rocket League, but the thing that they finally announced is which countries are allowed to compete. More details on this can be found in the description, but overall, we have not only regional qualifiers, but we have national qualifiers. Also detailed was what countries are allowed to compete and how. The thing that concerns me, though, and things that we discussed, is it looks like if there's residency in a certain country, you're able to compete for that country. So people like TurboPulsa and JNAPS will be able to play for the United States, which kind of, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So it'll be interesting to see on how that plays out. But from my knowledge, the full Energy roster will be fielding for USA and trying to compete in the open qualifiers. Also, if you guys haven't already, I did make a video for about 15-20 minutes talking about what this is, what it means, and what it could do for Rocket League. If you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend it. It'll be linked at the very end of the video or in the description down below. Sonic's also keeping up with the content game. Absolutely love seeing them doing this. They decided to make a spoof where it was a post-game interview after Sathu just finished ranked. Some funny blurbs here and there, but glad to see Sonic's taking the time using that team house and getting some content out with those guys. Looks like they're having fun. Looks like we've got another community tournament called the Ting Open. If you guys don't remember it in seasons past, it was ran by Axeltoss, where it allows people to sign up and play. He's listed the schedule and all the things that have come out, and a lot of the players it doesn't look like are going to play in it in the high level just because there wasn't enough information going forward. But maybe in weeks in the future, if they don't want to focus on scrims, this is another way to get some money as well as put some competitive spin on it. So yeah, Axeltoss, way to provide for the Rocket League community. Love you and miss you. Hopefully we see you guys all in Dallas together. During the matches last week on Sunday, someone abused a well-known bug in the pro scene about inviting a player to a Steam group chat, which caused ScrubKiller to tab out mid-match. Unfortunately, the only fix is really going offline before matches, but overall, really scummy to hear it, and it's unfortunate that that happens, as we obviously want to keep competitive integrity, but apparently someone had it out for ScrubKiller, and it's unfortunate because that person had to be on his friends list for this to happen. So hopefully they figure out who it is, but go offline if you guys are playing in a competitive match to avoid any of this happening to you. The 5th iteration of the Beyond Entertainment Astronauts Star Circuit tournament went down, and we see the world champs up on top. A lot of the time these have actually been won by Ghost Gaming, but Energy came out strong and had a pretty tough path on the way, beating United, Space Station, and Rogue to get to the grand finals before taking down Ghost 4-1. Seeding's still a little bit weird, and some of the guys are still frustrated because you're seeing G2 and Cloud9 having to play a best-of-3 events against each other, which they're pretty frustrated with. But overall, Ghost continues to find themselves in the grand finals in these, but I would take those with a grain of salt. As we discussed on the CJ show, a lot of the pros just kind of come in here without any hesitation. They play really chaotic. They don't really worry about the consequence to it, so you see different results. But either way, good practice overall. Glad to see Energy still in form. Last but not least, we've got our EU matches. We covered NA on Tuesday, so if you guys didn't watch the NA video, that is on Tuesday. Go back and check that one out. But for Europe, we've got a lot of matches that I think are just kind of but the day ends out really strong. So first up is Veloce and Singularity. Veloce again continues to win. Their playstyle of being a little bit more passive and waiting mistakes works. And for a team like Singularity, where they are very defense and counterattack heavy in the sense where they get punished for those kinds of things, Singularity may be able to find some offense, but I think Veloce is going to have too many people on defense anyway, and they're going to find themselves in some trouble. So we've got Veloce winning this one. For the second match, you got Rental Vitality versus AS Monaco. Monaco is finding themselves in last place, tied with TSM at 0-3, while Vitality just had a really big win last week where they ended up actually winning back-to-back matches and taking out Barcelona and giving them their first loss. So Vitality is trending in the right direction, and it's good to see. I just don't know if it's still that consistent. I am happy to see that they are utilizing their advantages with their ones play and the ability to control the midfield, because any one of those players, and if you guys watched last week, it was just flip reset after flip reset. A team like Monaco, where they continue to struggle on defense, I think is going to have a lot of trouble. Vitality should pretty easily and pretty handily take this one. After that, we've got Veloce and Endpoint. Endpoint was what we considered the worst place in EU, but they got their win last week, so good for them. But you're playing against a team like Veloce that still continues to capitalize on mistakes. They're very annoying to play, and they do not get the credit that they deserve. As much as I don't like their playstyle, I still have to give them credit that they're a very tough team to play. I think Veloce really separates from the pack this week, and they get 2-0 on the week and start to move towards that upper half, putting them one step closer to top 4. Arguably, my match of the week is Reciprocity versus Barcelona. Reciprocity faced a loss last week, but I do like the fact that they are still towards the top. Barcelona as well has definitely solidified, in my mind, a top 4 place. So you're getting two teams that could be battling for that 3rd, 4th place area going head-to-head. This is my match to watch. Either way, I don't know who's going to take it. It's a really tough pick. It all depends on how things are played out. I could give the nod because I do like what Barcelona is doing. I think Barcelona is probably one of my favorite teams to watch in EU other than Dignitas. Reciprocity could have some troubles on defense. Very defensive-oriented team, which may allow some space. If Devo can get his dribbles going and Flakes can continue to move up and pass, I think they're successful. As for Reciprocity, they got to challenge early and often in the midfield. They got to find a way to bring that pressure upfield. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves in trouble. We're going to give the nod to Barcelona. I think Barcelona takes this one and solidifies them that 3rd place spot. Next up is TSM Monaco. We joked about it on the CJ show. I don't think any of us actually want to watch this match. TSM just doesn't have any offense. Monaco makes a ton of mistakes on defense. We gave it the biased pick of the week, and we gave it to TSM just because we love the guys there. The good storyline is it is Ignite versus Old Team. The difficulty, though, is both these teams are the bottom 2. So at the end of the day, whoever loses this is probably going to get auto-relegated. So that's kind of the big reason to pay attention to it. But Ignite versus Old TSM could be interesting to see how that plays out. But TSM probably has it. I just think they're more structured as a team, while Monaco makes a ton of mistakes and too offensive-minded. But honestly, and being brutally honest, I don't care who wins. Last but not least, we got Dignitas versus Mouse, probably my match of the week. Simply because I really enjoy watching Dignitas play. They're easily the #1 team in Europe right now. The way they work the field, the way they spread out, the way that they pass and find each other at all times. Plus, you have mechanics. You're seeing Violent Panda go for more stuff. He's like one of the players known most for being on the offensive 3rd now, which is really exciting. Astral's continuing to be cracked, and you're starting to see Yukio really connect on some things. So Dignitas looking really well. On the other side for Mouse, very defensive heavy, still kind of hesitant. And that, I think, allows Dignitas to have a lot of presence in the midfield, which is going to create a lot of opportunities for them. Mouse needs to find a way to push up onto offense and figure out how is Scrub going to get involved with Cookser supporting that. It just feels awkward. I don't know what's going on with that team, but I can't feel confident in them, even though they're getting wins. They are 2-1 right now, but I think Dignitas is going to have a really good time with this one. Probably 3-1 Dignitas, but overall, it should be an exciting match. Could be fun either way. Maybe Mouse steps up to the plate. Short and sweet this week for the Rocket League Esports news, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be here for the watch party per usual that we see on Saturday and Sunday. I will be, if you guys do not remember, in Boston for PAX East 2020, where I'll be casting the Almost Pro 10K event for Apex Legends. If you guys are in the area, I'd love to see you come in and say what's up. I'll be at the main stage all weekend long. But that does it for me here. Appreciate you guys as always. I am out of here. Peace.